Trustee Husani,
Here.
Trustee Gutierrez,
Here.
Trustee Kemper,
Here.
and Trustee Bancole.
Here.
The mayor, Rodney Craig, is absent today. The deputy mayor, Herb Porter, is also absent. Pursuant of Rule 4 of the Rules of Order and the Procedures of the Board, the remaining trustees shall elect one of the member presidents pro tem who shall chair the meeting and vote on all questions with his name being called last.
I move that Trustee Kemper be elected President Pro Tem.
Second.
All right, we will take roll on that. Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper.
Yes.
Excellent. Please come take your seat. I'm a good reader.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the board meeting for November 17th. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
All righty. Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole? Yep.
Okay. So I'd like to remove 7A2 from the consent agenda.
From consent agenda?
Yeah.
All right, so Trustee Bancole has removed agenda item 7A2 from the consent agenda. Take the roll now.
Yes.
All right, Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Oh, wait. We need a second.
I second it.
No, not to remove it.
Oh, no.
Not
No,
to
we
Oh, yeah, that's right.
we already
Okay.
did
the consent.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay.
start the roll over, okay? It's all right,
No
we got
problem.
this. We're gonna do it. All right, Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Excellent.
All right, presentations. All right, we have a proclamation for the Education Week. So, whereas the public education is the backbone of our democracy, providing young people with the tools they need to maintain our nation's precious values of freedom, civility, and equality. And whereas equipping young Americans with both practical skills and broader intellectual abilities will give them hope for an access to a productive future. And whereas public schools encourage community, bringing together adults, children, educators, and volunteers, business leaders, and elected officials in a common enterprise. And whereas public education employees work tirelessly to serve our children and communities with dedication, care, and professionalism. And whereas this is the 101st year that multiple national organizations are observing American Education Week to bring attention to honor and the accomplishments of public schools. And whereas this is the 23rd year that more than 100 countries around the world are observing International Education Week to promote international understandings and preparations to live in a global society. Now therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, Mayor of the Village of Hanover Park, Illinois, do hereby proclaim November 13th through November 19th, 2022 as American Education Week in the Village of Hanover Park, and urge the residents of Hanover Park to give gratitude for all those who have made education their calling, and to help learners of all ages and backgrounds reach their full potential. Dated the 17th day of November, 2022. All right, town hall session. Are there any persons wishing to speak? No? All right. So, village president's report. I'll give mind, I'll give it at the end of the meeting. Okay, move to approve by omnibus vote items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
So those would be items 7A1, 7A3 through 7A6.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes?
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper?
Yes. All right, 72, motion to accept the proposal from FH Passion in the amount of not to exceed $149,485.28 for carpet and painting at Fire Station Number 15, and authorize the village manager to execute the necessary documents.
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
Yes, thank you. So with this particular contract, I did have a couple of questions and concerns that were addressed earlier today, so I do want to thank TJ for the additional information that he provided the board. I also understand, or at least it was characterized to me, that this particular project is quite simple and straightforward, and so I would like to see additional proposals from other construction companies given the particular circumstances surrounding this proposal from FH Passion. I also know that business and contracts are very important to this board. We have many business advocates on this board, and so I did just want to leave a little bit of time for any other board members that did have any questions regarding this specific proposal.
So I'm just gonna get straight to a question, an honest question here. I read an article, thank you, Trustee Bancole, for sharing with us. My question is, based on an article that was shared with staff, does Passion subcontract to the other agencies that were announced or were talked about in that article?
So, there was an article in the paper that you're referring to. The question was asked that we follow up. I sent that information to the board, earlier today. The, subcontractor that was in question is not used by Passion for municipal work. It's a separate division, for the Division of Aviation with the City of Chicago. They have not done any jobs for the village, past or present. They're not on this job.
Any other questions?
Yes. So I think the bigger picture at large is the fact that this particular company hired this subcontractor. In my opinion, so they hired this subcontractor, but in my opinion, there was a lack of due diligence in regards to thoroughly vetting the company that they were giving this subcontract to. And what I'm looking for is assurances from FH Passion that this is not a problem that we would see within our village. I do find this, I do struggle with moving forward with a company that is recently in the news for unsavory business practices. So I do find that to be of concern, and I really am looking for just more information that can assure our village that everything moving forward with this contract will be kosher.
So I guess I have two comments about that. One, we did call the company and I included that in the information that I provided to the board. They did assure us that this sub is not even part of this section of the company, that we deal with the municipal side of the company. That was a completely different part of the company, and division, and they don't have crossover here. So we've used Passion before through the cooperative on several other projects with the village. We've been happy with the work that they provided. And one of the reasons, in addition to the efficiencies and time, is that the price is bid through the cooperative. So the company's giving they're the low bidder for the cost. It's the most cost effective for us.
And so can we touch about, go ahead.
And then to comment on the other, there's no way that we would be able to validate what was in the newspaper article. I have we haven't taken steps to try to determine whether that was correct reporting or not. And so we have not gone down that path. It doesn't have anything related to do with this project. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't comment on that article at all.
Right, and I'm not asking you to comment on the article, but I am saying that staff has brought before the board a project in which the company that you are recommending is currently in the news for, working with an unfortunate subcontractor. So, there are some concerns there. And I'm not asking you to prove the validity of the newspaper article, although I do believe that the Chicago Sun-Times is pretty reputable, and, you stated that you contacted them and
We
discussed.
contacted the company and asked them questions. I didn't contact the newspapers.
Right. So again, going back to what I originally stated, I was told that this is a straightforward, simple project. I guess I'm struggling to understand why we can't see other proposals or.
Yeah, so when I said simple, it's pretty straightforward. It's a not super complicated project. It's painting, it's patching walls, it's carpet. But in order for us to do it, we would have to put together bid specs. We would have to send it out for bid. We would have all of those steps that are staff time or consultant time, probably staff in this case, And so if we were to say, we don't want to go with this contract, we're not approving it, then I would say this project, we don't have enough time to get this project done this year. And that's why we went with do the consortium in the first place, is just from a time perspective, we don't have time to bring this in-house and draw up specs and, in late November to get this, through the process.
Thank you for the additional information. I think I'm just going to close by saying that as a board, it's incumbent of us to be good stewards of the taxpayers' dollars, and when a company has brought forward a proposal in which they were recently in the news for again, unsavory business practices, it does cause me to pause and also just question their business practices moving forward. So I will close with that. Thank you.
Yeah. So on this item, we have a rule for items which come from joint purchasing, and that if they're over $20,000, and that is it requires 2/3 of the trustees, which is 4 to pass.
Any other comments?
Any other comments? No?
I just want to say, it just makes me very uncomfortable because this article was just a month ago. And I know that bidding and redoing and looking, but that's what we have to do. That's what we're tasked to do so that we're doing what is correct by our taxpayers. So I just want to let you know that this just makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
I am also very uncomfortable.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Great. Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
No.
Trustee Bancole?
No.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
3-2.
So the motion failed?
Yep.
Okay. 787. Move to approve warrant 11/17/2022 in the amount of $1,363,391.41.
So moved. Second.
Questions?
Any questions on the warrant? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes. 788, move to approve warrant paid in advance, 10/28/2022 through 11/11/2022 in the amount of $765,133.27.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper?
Yes. 789, move to approve September 2022 P cards in the amount of $36,194.28.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper?
All right, yes. All right, village managers report.
The monthly treasurer's report for October is included in your packet.
All right. Any questions on the treasurer's report?
Excellent.
None? All right. Village clerk's report.
Just that the tree lighting is coming up here on December 2nd, so I invite all the trustees to come, hand out jingle bell necklaces. Trustee Porter's going to be singing some holiday songs for us, so come ready to have some fun and enjoy, and invite your neighbors and residents. Thanks, guys.
All right, corporation council report.
No report tonight, thank you.
All right, village trustees report. Trustee Brigi,
No report.
trustee Husani,
No report.
trustee Gutierrez,
I just have a question. And I think I emailed you, Juliana, and I'm sorry, it's been Monday all week. I know that we got the opioid settlement, and you said it was restricted to police. Is there any way that the board can see what those recommendations are for the police department? Like, what are they recommending its uses for?
Yeah, we're still working on it.
Okay.
They're reviewing what it can be used for, and they're evaluating what's in their budget. First of all, to begin with, we'd like to see if we can apply to anything that's already in the budget, so to cover an expense that we have incurred already. So we're looking to see whether those, we have any expenses currently in our budget that can cover.
And that's outlined in the settlement, and these are the areas that they can use it for?
Right, so it outlines in a very long document all the different restrictions. So we're evaluating whether those restrictions would allow us to use it. I think in the past, we've had training and different things that could apply, but we're evaluating that right now. The other thing is that we had a request from the county, at the, at least at the manager's level of all the Duquesne County communities to go in together with their application for some mental health services at the county level. And then we have some other, how would you phrase with our candidates?
Yeah,
I mean, we have,
Yeah.
we're providing some of the tools.
the
that-
training and, okay.
So we're kind of,
Okay.
the police department's been asked to review that, we just received this
Right.
funding. It's been in the works for a couple of years,
Yeah.
Or at least a year and a half, we did the initial paperwork. And so I just don't know yet what our recommendation is, what it
Okay.
would be used for.
All right, okay, thank you.
Right now, it's only like $11,000. We're, Bradley's trying, it would be working to try to figure out, is that an ongoing funding source, or is it going to be, similar amounts? We don't really know
Okay.
how to handle it yet.
All right. Okay, thank you.
So just to piggyback on that, so was it communicated to us that we would be receiving multiple payments? Because you said continued.
That's what we're trying, right now, we just received 2 payments of $5,900 apiece. I don't know whether that means every year, because it's 2 years worth, I don't know
Oh.
whether this is something that.
I think there are going to be periodic payments.
Okay.
That will be coming, I think there will be periodic payments that will be coming to the village in all different amounts of money. And I think there's still some stuff that they're trying to resolve and settle, which might be more money. But the payment, there is like a payment schedule. It goes to a trustee, and then once he receives that money, then he allocates it out according to the formula that the state of Illinois has agreed to. So there will be periodic payments coming. And how much each payment will be, I think, is unknown right now.
Yeah, for how long?
I think it'll be for a while that you'll be getting.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Trustee Bancole?
Yes. 2 days ago, Cook County did release the second installment for property tax bills. So I did just want to flag that for our residents that do reside in Cook County. Those bills will be due by December 30th, I believe. I did also want to thank everyone who participated in exercising your right to vote and participating in last week's general election. There were some historic firsts in the state of Illinois in regards to certain individuals that were elected, but I did just want to highlight one individual, DuPage County President Michael Childress, who many of you know. He's come to the village. He's been featured as a guest speaker. He spoke at our sister committee's Juneteenth event, and he has interacted with our village on numerous occasions. He was elected to the DuPage County Board, and this feat was historic because he is the very first African-American in DuPage County's 183-year history to be elected to this board. And so I'm incredibly happy for him. I'm very proud of him. And I know that he will serve us well on that board. Also wanted to highlight that DuPage County, again for our DuPage County residents, they did roll out the 211 hotline recently. That's a hotline that's available to residents where they can learn more information about health and social service resources. I do believe that this hotline will be rolled out for Cook County residents in the beginning of next year, but did just want to let our residents know about that service. And last but not least, I did want to thank our staff, but also the Veterans Committee for a really beautiful Veterans Day ceremony last week. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. And for my report, Trustee Kemper's report, again, along with Trustee Bancole, I'd like to thank the Veterans Committee and staff, and especially our speaker. He did an excellent job, and I was very moved by his words. So, TJ, give him a pat on the back for me. And with that, I'd like to wish everybody a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Excellent. Meeting adjourns at 7:28.